everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel, and today we have some really cool updates. Now stick around until the end of this video and you are going to get some really cool information. Now before we go ahead, don't forget to hit the like and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps this channel, it really helps these videos get pushed to a lot of people. So let's get into the video. Now I've seen a lot of people saying that the bull market is over, and most of the people have been saying that we are now in a bear market. I think that is not exactly true, because we have not even seen anything. Nothing has happened. Like, it is just getting started. Now people are so worried because Bitcoin broke major support levels, and Bitcoin went from 96,000 all the way to 78,000. Currently it is at 84,000, and we are seeing a lot of volatility come into the markets. But before we go ahead, let's take a look at what Michael Saylor, we know that this guy owns a lot of Bitcoin.
Let's move past that because of the regulatory changes that have taken place.
I think it'll remain volatile because it's a 24/7, 365 global asset. You can panic sell it on Saturday night. You can enthusiastically buy it on Sunday morning. That's a feature. That's not a bug.
Yeah, you've lived through some of the swings, but do you think we won't see the downturns like we've seen in the past just because of the changes we've seen?
I think it's going to surge through the roof, and then it's going to surge to 180 and crash to 140, and people will be freaking out about it again. But let me make this one analogy. Volatility is like fire, and some people run away from it.
Okay, as I said, volatility is not something that is bad for crypto. It is something that is always going to happen. Even when Bitcoin reaches $1 million, you're going to hear that Bitcoin has crashed, let's say, from $1 million to all the way to 900,000. So it's going to happen, and this is also going to be happening for Kaspa. Kaspa is not immune to volatility, and the same thing that happens to Bitcoin is the same thing that is going to be happening for Kaspa. And let's take a look at one of the good tweets from the former CEO of Binance. He said, "If you got shaken out during the dip, reduce your size to a level that you can handle. Mental stability beats all markets." I understand, and I can read this. I think some people have put a lot of investments into crypto, and when you are so emotionally attached to your crypto investments, and you see your bag or your account or your portfolio going down, almost even half of it, or even 60 to 70%, I think you have to be really frustrated because of a huge amount you put into crypto. And what he's actually saying is actually right, but you need to have conviction, because I will not be emotionally tied to my investments, because I don't consider this as a short-term. I don't consider this as a short-term investment. I consider this as a long-term investment. And when I'm talking about a long-term investment, it's not that I won't take profits along the way. I will take profits along the way, because I am not going previous videos. We have a limited amount of time to live in this world, and we have to enjoy the time that we have in this world. And one of the things that brings people into crypto is in order to have the financial independence. And if you don't take profits along the way, I don't think you can afford that kind of independence. You'll have to work for somebody and everything, and there's no meaning of being now into crypto. This is my perspective on how I go about my strategy and how to take profits and how to increase my holdings. So I dollar cost average when the prices are currently low, and I have my price targets in my head, and I believe everyone has their own price targets in their head that they will be convenient to sell. But I see Kaspa as a long-term investment. You can have it and you can hold a huge portion for a long period of time, and you're going to see a lot of return. But this is not financial advice. You are free to do anything that you want with your money. So this is what I had to show you from the former CEO of Binance. Now, talking about the political aspects that have been happening, this is not directly going to affect only the crypto markets. It's going to affect all the markets, because we know that the financial markets are always affected by what's going on in the geopolitical landscape. Now let's take a look about what happened yesterday with the US President Donald Trump and the president of Ukraine. I think this is not actually a good thing, because you can see this.
Let's take a look. from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment.
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak-
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks. Your country.
I think you might perceive this as however you want, but I think this is on the other side. On one side, it is one step close to getting things done, to getting the peace deal done. But in what times this peace deal comes out, I think everyone is trying to benefit from the situation. United States want a peace deal made so that the killing stops, and so that a lot of money that is being spent to this war between Russia and Ukraine, a lot of money has to be saved, but also a lot of lives that are being lost in the front line have to also decrease. So this is my understanding on what Trump is trying to make, the point Trump is trying to make. And the president of Ukraine is also trying to make sure that if several deals in the past were broken, if the ceasefire in the previous days, in the previous years was broken, then he wants some security guarantees. That's why he wants a strong deal. So everyone is trying to make a deal that is going to benefit them. And I think this is the first step, though it happened in a way that is not actually good. It's not actually good for the president of Ukraine, and doesn't look also good for the president of United States, Donald Trump. So I think this is going to take a little bit of more time. And the good thing is that people stop killing each other and we have a peace deal. That's the most important thing. But the other thing is that everyone gets guarantees, that like the president of Ukraine is trying to say. He's saying that he wants security guarantees, and Trump is saying you have to stop the killing. So I don't know what you take about this. That's my understanding, and I think the more this deal gets done, the good is going to be for everyone. And also, we as investors want calmness. We don't want all of the things happening. Let's say Russia attacking Ukraine and Ukraine doing this and that. And the sooner this deal gets done, and I think it's going to get done, but it's going to take a long time, and it has to really take. There are some tough decisions that are going to be made. Like you have witnessed a very tough, tense situation, a very tough and tense conversation that I think I've never seen something like this. You are free to let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. But I think it directly affects the crypto markets, because the markets are not so friendly to the types of economic or the political situations that are going to be going on like this. So let me know in the comment section what you think about what happened between President Donald Trump and President of Ukraine, Zelensky. Another cool updates that we have in the markets is that the White House announces the first ever crypto summit on March 7th. So we have some mixing news now in the markets. We have some really mixing news in the markets, because we have some good news, and it is always accompanied by something which is not actually good for the markets. And most people don't know how to react to this now. Like, what should we be excited about this announcement, or should we be more concerned about what is happening in the political landscape? Because we are seeing absolute division. The European Union, we are seeing absolute division with the peacemaking between Russia and Ukraine. So I think there is a lot of dilemma that is going on in the markets. But that's the good thing, that we have David Sachs, who is the crypto Caesar, and he put out this announcement today, and he said President Trump will host the first White House crypto summit on Friday, March 7th. Attendees will include prominent founders, CEOs, and investors from the crypto industry. Looking forward to seeing everyone. Now, this is the announcement that they put out. They say the White House announced today that the president will host and deliver remarks at the first ever White House crypto summit on Friday, March 7th. Attendees will include prominent founders, CEOs, and investors from the crypto industry, as well as members of the president's working group on digital assets. The summit will be chaired by the White House AI and crypto Caesar, David Sachs, and administered by the working group executive director, Bio Hines. So I think it is good for crypto. It is actually very, very positive for crypto. The fact that Donald Trump is hosting this crypto summit, it is the first ever crypto summit that is hosted by the president of the United States. It is actually huge for crypto, and this is going to be pushing further. It's going to be pushing closer, or let's say it's going to really facilitate or make the Bitcoin strategic reserve thing go forward. So I think this is actually good for crypto, and I think if it's good for Bitcoin, I think it's also good for Kaspa. And most people are so concerned. I think most people in the Kaspa community so concerned that Kaspa is not going to get any benefit from this because Kaspa is not US based. But I tell you, most of the things that are happening in Kaspa, and Kaspa is decentralized, and people who say that Kaspa is not going to benefit from these good American crypto policies, I think they have to understand that Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, who is the founder of Bitcoin, is not American. No one knows if he or she is from America, but people are now talking about a strategic Bitcoin reserve. So I think the best technology is going to find people. People are going to find it. And Kaspa is something that people have decided to find. We have Marathon Digital. Where is it based? United States. We have a lot of investors in the United States. One of the interviews from Wolfie said that, Michael Satan, who is one of the co-developers of Kaspa, has a United States passport. He has a citizenship, let's say. So it's actually something that most people should not be worried about, because people are going to find this technology, people are going to find this Kaspa, and they're going to use it regardless of, because it is actually decentralized. Like Bitcoin is being adopted by a lot of countries, and it doesn't matter if it's created in the US or it's created in if it is created elsewhere. So I think this is a positive thing, and what happens is if it's good for Bitcoin, it's always good for Kaspa. Now let me know in the comments, like, what do you think? Is Kaspa going to benefit from these regulations from the United States? It actually broke the 84,000, but it quickly really pulled back. Now I want to show this kind of what actually price is doing. I think you have to really understand something here. I think there's a good chance that Bitcoin manages to push up, but it all depends on how these daily candles are going to close. We can see yesterday, this week here, this candle really shot up to 78,000, but it closed just above 83,000, and this was the zone that we marked. We said that if the price of Bitcoin breaks and closes down this level, I think we're going to see more downside to 73,000. But what it did, it broke, but it did not close just below. It closed within this box, within this zone. This is a very strong zone, and it has been holding so well. Now it's going to depend on how this daily candle, today's daily candle, if it closes just down below, I think it's going to be something else. We might see more selling pressure. But if it closes just in this zone, we might be expecting more consolidation. And if it closes just above, we might be expecting a push back to all-time levels. Now, I think also Kaspa has been doing very well, because as you can see, if Bitcoin is holding well on its zone, I think also Kaspa is doing the same thing. Kaspa also managed to close just above 0.7. It did not break down to 0.8, and it is currently trading at 0.76. The way it looks, if this candle just closes, if today's candle closes like this and closes just below this zone, we might see more downside to 0.06. But if it holds within this zone here, we might see a good pressure, upside pressure to, or upside pump to, let's say, these levels like 0.13 and other levels. But this is not financial advice. Always remember to do your own research. This is just my perspective and how I see price action and how I see the markets. We are going to just depend on these levels. If they get broken, we are going to see more downside. If they don't get broken, we are going to see some reversal and some bullish momentum. And this is what I have for today. I think most people should be don't panic. Most people are really frustrated, like what is going to happen with the crypto market. You can see what is happening with the policies are being made, the ground is being made for crypto. Crypto is something that has already gained attention from the big players. And now when you see like President Trump hosting the White House Crypto Summit, it is actually a big thing. It speaks volumes about crypto, and other states, because they now respect the United States, they now consider the United States as a strong power, they have to really adopt to what they are going to actually start adopting to what the United States is actually doing. And one of the things that President Donald Trump wants is he wants to make the United States a home for crypto and a home for AI. Now, for other countries to catch up, they have to take the same perspective as the United States, because the United States, we understand that it is very strong and it influences a lot of other countries. So most of the people are now going to start to invest into cryptocurrencies. And Bitcoin is one of them, and Kaspa is also going to be one of them. I don't understand how people think there's going to be a Bitcoin strategic reserve, but don't think that people are going to think about Kaspa, because Kaspa has the same principles. It is proof of work, it is decentralized, and it is secure, and it is actually scalable than Bitcoin. Now, once people start to understand, okay, we have Bitcoin as a strategic reserve, as gold, but we have also Kaspa, which is more efficient and let's say it's more advanced than Bitcoin, and people are going to want to invest into Kaspa. And this is something that is going to happen anyway. It's going to happen, and whether you believe it or not, it is going to happen, and I believe so. And so I just want to let people know that don't be afraid. This is going to happen. Kaspa is on the right track, and the good thing is that Kaspa has not played any cards that it has. We still have listings, not yet. We have the Crescendo hard fork, which is going to be completed within a month. We have smart contracts not yet integrated. We have a lot of things that are going to really facilitate the pump of Kaspa. So let me know in the comments what you think, and this is what I have for today. Don't forget to hit the like, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It means a lot for this channel and the support of this channel, and it also means a lot for the support of the Kaspa community. So thank you, and see you in another video. Take care.